the old worn-out expression, his toughest test to date. Huh?
And we saw him the last time he was out, Oscar De La Hoya, and that he, against Curtis Strong, had to go longer than he anticipated before and was facing a guy with experience, and it made a difference. Here in only his 5th pro fight, here he is against a guy with over 20 pro fights with a lot of experience, so it may test him even to a greater limit.
This is a talented kid. He's 5'11". As you watch him, he's well-schooled. They've really taught him well. His punches are straight. He throws things in straight lines, and he does it. There's no wasted motion, and he's got some pop in that. Look at that, 225 amateur wins, 153 of those by knockout.
And in that amateur career, Tom, a lot of those wins, he was holding back. He admitted to me at the Olympics, I boxed more. He said, I didn't show him the power I had because he was worried about his hands. He had a few hand injuries. He was worried about making sure he would win. And when he moved into the pros, as you will see here, the power came, and he started knocking people out and knocking them out very early. Here against Williams, he whacked them out very, very early, and would do the same with his other opponents. Paris Alexander, and I did this fight, was no match for him, and Alexander had just gone 8 rounds with a good fighter in Frank Pena, or 6 rounds, I should say, and had a tough fight with him.
Now, admittedly, he might have been in against some guys that, bear in mind, these were his opening professional fights. With Strong took in the entire 4 rounds before De La Hoya put him away. Now then, he's in against Jeff Mayweather tonight, and Mayweather had these very good comments to say about De La Hoya earlier this week.
I have a lot of respect for Oscar De La Hoya, first as a person, secondly as a fighter. And going into this fight, like you said, there's a lot that can come out of this fight. But I'm going into this fight, and really for the first time in my career, there's no pressure on me because of the fact that, I mean, I can say unfairly to Oscar, I mean, they have put an S on his chest and put a cape on him. So, I mean, if Oscar beats me, I guess he's supposed to. If I beat Oscar, no one's going to ever say how great Jeff Mayweather is.
All right, some cogent comments from Jeff Mayweather, the other Mayweather. I often wonder about that. Sibling rivalry, and one brother the champion, and it's always Roger Mayweather. And in fact, you say, who's De La Hoya fighting? And you say Mayweather. Oh, he's going to fight Roger. No. His younger brother is the brother Jeff. Oh, and some people look around as if, you know, didn't know he had a brother and didn't know the other brother was a fighter. And here he comes into the arena, this handsome youngster from East L.A. Boy, what a following he's got. If that isn't built-in box office and a press agent's dream for a Southern California Los Angelino, nothing else is.
Well, he made it all possible when he won the Olympics, the gold medal in the Olympics, and of course, been overworked perhaps, but clearly he dedicated that Olympic gold medal to his mother, Cecilia, who died of breast cancer at the age of 38, while Oscar was preparing for getting ready to fight in the trials in the box office to go to the Olympics. And that win and the story surrounding it and his ability has made him quite the figure.
Meantime, Jeff Mayweather waits in the ring for the young man that he says he's going to take to school. Going to welcome to the ranks of the professionals.
And one thing about Jeff Mayweather is he looks at this scene. He's not the kind of guy that loses his cool. He's an articulate young man, a college graduate in graphic design, a very cool customer. And so that part of it won't bother him.
De La Hoya is just about 5 feet 11. Mayweather is 5'7.5". These are a couple of big guys. That is tall. Lightweights. The Golden Boy. And here's Jeff Mayweather in the tail of the tape. Mayweather is 8 years older. He is, well, let's call it 3.5 inches shorter. He's a pound heavier, has 2 inches pull in the weight, in the reach department, and he has been around in the ranks of the professionals. The rules for Nevada, 10-point must system. We're going 8 rounds. 3 knockdown rule, no standing 8 count. Saved by the bell only in the last round, and only the referee can stop the fight. Billy Graham, Cindy Barton, and Patricia Jarman are the assigned judges, and the man in the middle of the ring to introduce the 2 fighters for this one, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout coming your way is a lightweight special attraction scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. At this time, I present to you the judges at ringside for this bout: Bill Graham, Cindy Barton, and Patricia Jarman. Introducing the referee in charge, we have Mitch Halpern. All right, fans, here we go. Introducing to you first on my right. He is fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks with white trim. He is from the talented and well-known boxing family, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada. He weighed in at the lightweight of an even 135 pounds with a record of 23 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws. He has 6 wins by way of knockout. Introducing Jazzy, Jeff Mayweather. And his opponent across the ring. On my left, fighting out of the red corner in this 8-round lightweight special attraction, he is wearing white trunks with gold lettering, fighting out of the east side of Los Angeles, California. He weighed in at a ready 134 pounds. He's the 1992 Olympic gold medalist. As a professional, his record is unblemished. 4 wins, no losses, all 4 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the pride of East LA and all of the United States, the undefeated Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya. Once again, the referee in charge, Mitch Halpern.
Time to go to school now. Time to go to school. Time to go to school now. Time to go to school now.
Right. All right, got any questions?
Yeah, let's go to school.
All right, question up. Let's go. Come on.
That was great. Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, who has been brought in to work with Jeff Mayweather, a little psychology, saying it to Oscar De La Hoya, time to go to school now. Let's see if it has an effect on him. And why not? Why not? Why not try and get a little psychological advantage for your man? God knows everything else seems stacked against him.
It does indeed. It did not seem to be a deliberate thing by Jimmy Lennon Jr., but the pride of East Los Angeles and the entire United States.
Well,
might have been just a bit of an embellishment that Mayweather probably figured, hey, I don't need that, you know, even though it's true.
Somebody, good right hand by Dover. Somebody made the Cowboys America's team. I guess if you're the first one to say it, it's true.
That's right. Or the Atlanta Braves, or whomever is in vogue this week, this month, this year, this season.
Now, Jeff Mayweather, as a pro, has shown very good boxing skills. As you pointed out, very little power. Power is really a problem for him. And we see him moving even more than he normally does.
Well, he's quick. Not quick enough to get away from that left hand thrown uppercut fashion by De La Hoya. I tell you, I don't know what the future holds for De La Hoya. Everybody says he's a champion in the making. But I tell you, he's in that ring, and he looks like he knows how to fight, doesn't he?
Well, he was an excellent amateur. What he did as an amateur was box a lot more. He has become very much more a puncher as a pro. Even his demeanor, when he stalks you, he's looking to land very solid punches that will knock you out. He's not looking to just land punches to score points.
Very little wasted effort on the part of De La Hoya. His punches are straight, and they seem to the point. Lands with authority. You know he's a good boxer. And,
the good news, bad news scenario is you can hit Oscar De La Hoya. If you're going to hit him with a punch, you're probably going to hit him with the left hook. But the problem is when you hook with a hooker, as they say in boxing, you get in trouble. He has such a quick counter left hook that when you throw your own left, you open yourself up to his left hook. And more often than not, you get hit with it. We've seen Mayweather do that a couple times already here.
The pre-fight consensus that Jeff Mayweather he is slick and quick, as we told you. A very good boxer. Has a better than average chin, and is totally experienced and is not fazed by the guy that he's fighting. He's been in the ring with some of the very best, and that he was going to give De La Hoya a very busy time of it indeed. And so far he's moved quite well, but Oscar caught with another left hook.
And that was right after Mayweather threw the left hook, and that is the problem. Jeff knows he can hit him with that punch, but he gets hit by De La Hoya, and De La Hoya has better power.
Very busy opening round. Remember, it's scheduled for 8. This is the first time that De La Hoya, the Golden Boy in the white White Trunks has gone 8 rounds. All of his previous encounters have been 4-rounders. He is 4-0. That is, they've been scheduled for 4. Only one of them has gone 4, and that was his most recent victory down in San Diego, where he was a knockout winner.
Very rare that you would go and have an 8-round fight in your 5th pro fight, but so other Olympians have been moved along quickly. Evander Holyfield was an example.
A handful of seconds remain in this opening round, and it's been all De La Hoya. He has stalked Mayweather, moved him around the ring, hit him with some very good shots. His fans certainly very pleased with his effort so far. And we'll see how the rest of it goes. Alcaraz and Chuck Bodak, whom we saw working very effectively in the corner with Jorge Paez, also in the corner with De La Hoya. He's changed his headband from safe sex or use a condom to Golden Boy. So he's an adaptable guy. He goes with the flow.
Kind of a chameleon type.
That's right. I'll remind our viewers, cable operators, we intend to be with you as long as it takes tonight. It could be as late as 12:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And here's another look back at some first-round activity.
The jab, an important weapon for De La Hoya, and throwing that punch with a lot of authority. And there's kind of the half left hook uppercut that De La Hoya has. That's a very good punch. I watched him win the gold medal in Barcelona at the Olympics, and a tense time for American boxers. Only he came through unscathed in the whole tournament. And in the audience, by the way, tonight, Eric Griffin, the man that got robbed at the Olympics, who has been campaigning and would like at 108 pounds in the future time to face the winner of the Gonzalez-Carbajal fight we have coming up.
Roger Mayweather is fighting around out against Livingston Bramble, a couple of ex-champions.
Here in Las Vegas, this is the Mayweather weekend.
I wonder if Roger's here or if he's home resting or what.
You know, I didn't see him. He may be watching on television. And they do get along quite well, Jeff and Roger, and they pull for each other. Jeff has been in Roger's corner on a number of occasions and vice versa. So, and of course, Floyd Mayweather, another one of their brothers, was a very fine boxer. So they've got a lot of talent in the family.
We're in round number 2. It is scheduled for 8. The Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya, White Trunks.
You know, this is not all wasted time by Mayweather. He wants to punch in flurries. There's a good hook by De La Hoya. Get out and make De La Hoya go into the 4th and 5th and 6th rounds, then see what he can do with him. But I think Mayweather wants to be a little more active than he's being right now. In the first round, he had his moments where he was laying some flurries. Like that, and then get out.
Comes back with a flurry of his own and drives Mayweather back, but Mayweather, crafty veteran that he is, slick and quick, slips away from several of those, and for De La Hoya, he keeps chasing him, mostly in vain, but he has landed some pretty good shots. Good luck. Nice punches thrown by De La Hoya, and he had Mayweather in almost a semi-bent over crouch situation trying to hide, and De La Hoya lands a couple of other solids. Have you ever seen him get nailed?
Well, he hasn't been. Curtis Strong hit him with some decent punches, but he has not really been hit as a pro anyway by anybody with a real strong punch. And Mayweather, of course, is not a huge puncher, but
I think he hurt Jeff. I think that left hand, those uppercuts, hurt Mayweather.
And there may be a little cut somewhere on Mayweather's face, yeah.
And the right hand scores for Oscar De La Hoya. And a right hand lead has Mayweather ducking and trying to get away from it. Referee is Mitch Helford.
Mayweather had to draw his last time against Jorge Romero. The time before that, he lost to Todd Foster on a TKO in the 8th round. Of course, he's a former Olympian in 1988.
This is round 2. It's scheduled for 8. If it goes that way, De La Hoya hasn't had to go past 4.
Now that is dangerous territory for Mayweather. He's exchanging with De La Hoya, and here's where you have to give De La Hoya some credit. He never loses poise in those situations. He throws good, short, compact punches and doesn't get carried away.
That's the end of round number 2. De La Hoya goes back to his corner. A lot of his fans here at the Hilton Center, Las Vegas Hilton Hotel. A big crowd, a capacity, near capacity crowd. I'm thinking maybe 7,000 on hand for this one tonight. Eddie Mustafa, Muhammad, Garcia, Creed, Martinez all in the corner.
You're waiting too long. Let's
with
start
Mayweather.
off that jab, man. He's right there tired. Now, here you go, man. Let's go to work with the jab, please. Jeff.
Here's another look at Mayweather and De La Hoya. Right hand lead, left, another left.
And Eddie Mustafa Muhammad urging him to use the jab, telling Mayweather that the jab will help him, and it probably will, because you want to put De La Hoya off balance a little bit, and the jab would be a weapon to do that with.
Across the way, De La Hoya. His face just showing no emotion. Right hand lead by Mayweather.
See, and they want the jab to help set that punch up. They want Mayweather to stop, throw combinations, then get out. Of course, that's easier said than done.
Indeed. You brought up an interesting point. As you see the punches thrown, De La Hoya not only throwing more of them, but a bigger percentage landing. And one assumes with more effect. Wild, swinging, clubbing right hand, and De La Hoya inside with that left hand, working it in short, solid shots to the chin of Mayweather.
It is hard to out-jab Oscar De La Hoya. He actually won his final gold medal match pretty much on the basis of jab. And he has an excellent jab. It sets up everything else, and it lands with authority, Tom. You mentioned that earlier. It's not just a stinging jab. He puts a lot of power into it.
No wasted motion with him. Did you notice the way he slipped 4 or 5 well-thrown, well-meant punches by Mayweather, who is not just a walk in the park. Mayweather has been around. He's fought some very good guys. And De La Hoya just stood there and slipped punches like a veteran who'd been around a long, long time.
You know, I remember Jeff Mayweather way at the beginning of his career. He was fighting 4-rounders. And he will even tell you that at the beginning, he just wasn't very good. He had very little experience in boxing. He'd gone to college at Eastern Michigan and had not had much experience. He has made himself into a better boxer. Now he's getting hurt with those left hands, though.
De La Hoya has him hurt and has him in his own corner, and Mayweather ties him up. Crowd sensing that De La Hoya on the threshold of a very impressive win here. We're in round number 3.
And I'll tell you what, Tom, if he should knock out Jeff Mayweather this early in this bout, it would be impressive, because it would tell you that even in his 5th pro fight, Oscar De La Hoya is able to take a veteran and show power and just completely dominate with that power.
De La Hoya chasing Mayweather, who is on his horse and moving. Tough to fight, moving back. The few guys in this game who can do it are great ones. And Mayweather is really backpedaling, and De La Hoya coming after him, stalking him, if you will, trying to cut the ring off.
You know, I don't think anyone realized when he was an amateur that De La Hoya would be this big a power puncher as a pro. And that's because he masked it. He disguised that very well. Didn't want to waste it all as an amateur. He wanted to box his way to amateur victories. And he said at Barcelona, he told me, he said, when they see me as a pro, they'll be surprised. And a lot of people are. Big power in those shots.
Well, he's only 20 years of age. We'll talk more about him in a moment. Remember the unification light flyweight bout still to come. Michael Carbajal, who in his dressing room is entertaining Ruben Castillo. Who else? Ruben?
Okay, thank you, Tom. I'm here with the champ, Michael Carbajal. Michael, this has got to be the biggest fight of your career. This is the unification of the light flyweight title. How are you going to fight this fight, and is it any different than any other title fights that you had?
I don't think it's any different. I'm just taking him as another fighter, and except it's a big fight because of the unification. And you know, I'm just gonna go in there and relax and keep cool and just outbox the shit out of him.
Okay, really quick, is there a lot of pressure on you for on this fight?
Not at all. You know, I'm real calm, and I'm very relaxed. I feel good. I feel strong, and I'm just ready to go put it on him.
Good luck to you. Back to Tom Kelly.
Well, Michael Carbajal told it like he thinks it is, and that's that. He has been openly critical of Roberto Gonzalez and his boxing talents. But I tell you, Humberto is a guy that puts you away in camp.
Yeah, no one should underestimate Chiquita Gonzalez, and I don't even think Carball's underestimating him as much as just showing confidence. In the jab department, Mayweather has landed 13 of 101 jabs, and De La Hoya 31 of 70. So you can see the difference, and that is the basis on which this fight is being won. You know, they always say it about football: you win it with your line play at the point of attack. You win matches like this with your jab when you have two boxer punchers.
De La Hoya is only 20. He is 5'10 and a half, 5'11 if you will. I envision him growing up to be a welterweight, maybe even a junior middleweight or what have you.
Well, certainly up to welterweight.
Oh, Mayweather is down. Count is at 3. Mayweather to the ropes and up, his face showing the results of a very busy time with this young golden boy. What a feeling of confidence De La Hoya must have now, Al Bernstein.
This will not last long. I don't think Jeff Mayweather is going to be able to hang in there. And I'll tell you what, a knockout at this point in this bout, very special performance so far for De La Hoya.
We've got a minute and a half remaining. There's a left, and Mayweather's in trouble. More left, right. The referee looking on, and he steps in, he's going to stop it. And still, in only his 5th professional fight, Oscar De La Hoya has not had to go by 4 rounds. He didn't even have to go the full 4, and it's now 5-0 and 5 KOs.
And I'll tell you what, now you can say that at this point in his career, Oscar De La Hoya has moved more rapidly than most boxers would ever move, because he faces a man in Jeff Mayweather who is not a top 10 fighter to be sure, but a guy who has faced a couple top 10 fighters and who is a very, very clever veteran. And for De La Hoya to handle him so easily, Tom, that's the point. I mean, Jeff was not able to do much of anything against him. It was very impressive.
Let's take another look back. Watch De La Hoya go to work. The first knockdown. There's a left, and Mayweather goes reeling from it. There's the right, high on the head. And De La Hoya stalking his man now as he knows he's got Mayweather in trouble, and down he goes from a left hand. Here's another look at it, different angle. Crowd is buzzing. Solid right hand, left hand, and Mayweather goes to the deck. Very impressive win by the Golden Boy here at the end of the fight. Right hand, left hand. Mayweather in trouble. Left hand by De La Hoya. And Mayweather staggers away. De La Hoya after him. That right just does come up short, and then a series of lefts as De La Hoya trying to finish his man. The referee, Mitch Halpern, looks on and steps in and stops it. And De La Hoya has now gone to 5-0. All victories by knockouts. And the 20-year-old Golden Boy, unmarked, stands there now being congratulated by one and all. And Eddie Mustafa was over to congratulate him, put his arm around his shoulder, and congratulated him on the fine victory. Jimmy Lennon Jr., ring announcer, has the official time. Let's go to Jim.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time, 1 minute 35 seconds. In round number 4, the referee in charge, Mitch Halpern, stops the contest. The winner by way of technical knockout. He is still undefeated with a perfect record of 5-0 with 5 knockouts. The Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya.
Well, Jeff Mayweather may not be the best lightweight in the world, may not be among the top 20, but Oscar De La Hoya is something else again. And what a future they envisioned this young man, only 20, as you look back at his ability, his punching power, and his stick-to-itiveness as he just stalked Mayweather in round number 4, knocking him down. Referee Mitch Halpern stepping in to finally stop it as De La Hoya in the 4th round at 1:35 put his man away and continues undefeated. And the crowd just loves it. Al Bernstein is with the Golden Boy. Let's go to the center of the ring. Al, if you will.
Well, thank you, Tom. I'm here with Oscar De La Hoya, and there is probably no other way to put it than this performance was almost perfect. There was nothing about it I wouldn't think that would have distressed you at all.
Well, the performance was good. I was happy with it. I was landing a lot of right hands over his jab. Kind of cut him under the eye. And I felt very good. I felt strong. I felt in condition. If it would have went 8 rounds, if it was for 10, 12, I was ready. So, I mean, I overpowered him. He was running a lot. And I just felt stronger than him.
You have become very much a puncher, and you said you were going to do that when you got into the pros. You boxed more as an amateur because you felt that was a good way of getting those wins and conserving yourself. But, I mean, you are a pure puncher as a pro.
Yes, people would say that I have, power behind my punches, and that I put a lot of force behind my punches. And I guess it would depend on the opponent. If I had an opponent who was strong and would hit hard, I would just,
yeah, box a little more.
Box him a little more.
Here's where you did chase Jeff Mayweather, and you stalked him, and the left hook was a big weapon for you.
It was a left uppercut over the before the right hand, and I felt very strong. I was throwing him with a lot of force, a lot of power, and each punch that connected was really hurting him.
This was a bout in which clearly you acknowledged that you were facing a man with a lot more experience, a craftier veteran, and yet none of that seemed to bother you here.
Well, I was a bit worried with his record, 23 and 2 wins with 2 draws, and he was a nice, experienced boxer, and I just felt a little nervous out there than usual, and I knew I had to just work more, train harder, and just go out for the win.
Well, congratulations, Oscar, super win.
Thank you.
All right, good win for Oscar De La Hoya. Let's send things back down to Tom Kelly.
Thank you, Al Bernstein. Our congratulations to the young man from Barcelona and East LA, unmarked, unruffled, and a winner again tonight. All right, we still have the unification.
I'm here with Jeff Mayweather, and Jeff, Oscar De La Hoya's power ended up, I guess, being a little bit too much. Were you surprised at how hard he hit?
Well, not really, especially with his left hand, because I worked with him in the past, and I know, and that's basically what he caught me with. He caught me leaning over, and I leaned into a left hook.
It's hard, isn't it? You can hit him with the left hook a little bit, but the problem is when you do that, you leave yourself open to his left hook, so it's kind of a difficult situation.
Yeah, right. Well, you're taking a chance every time you open up, and because I mean, you got a tremendous left hook, and you got a good jab. You got a good jab, and I think what happened, I think I probably got a little brave too early.
In other words, you wanted to maybe box him more and then punch with him a little later.
Right, but I seen I was able to hit him as well, so I took my chances, and I got caught.
What is your assessment of him? I know all boxing fans are sitting back saying, now, how good is this guy? You're in a very good position to tell us because you fought good fighters. How good is he?
Well, he's good. I mean, I don't think he needs to be rushed. I think he's a good fighter, and one day he probably will be champion of the world. But at the pace that they're playing, I don't really know.
All right.
I can't say. The verdict is still out.
Good effort, Jeff.
Thank you.
Jeff Mayweather points out, no, that S for the Superman, maybe not there yet on Oscar De La Hoya, but a good fighter. Let's go back to Tom at ringside.
And a